Good morning, students. I hope you all are safe and sound and utilizing your time in online classes. So, we will continue with our studies. Chapter number 1. What is democracy and why democracy? So, we have already studied about what is democracy. So, today we will discuss about why democracy. That means, why do we need to have a democracy? So, we will try to understand why democracy is important in the nation. So, we will read without wasting our time. An argument broke out in Madam Linda's class. She had finished teaching in the previous section on what is democracy and asked the students if they thought democracy was the best form of government. Everyone had something to say. So, Madam Linda had already taught about what is democracy. So they had already discussed in the previous class, as we have already discussed in the previous class as well. So they had a kind of debate or a discussion, and everyone, all the students had something to say about the democracy. So the first topic we have is debating merits of democracy. So dear students, I want everyone to read this discussion and make sure you try to understand it. So, Madam Linda was listening to the discussion with interest. Now she stepped in. I was delighted to see you all arguing so passionately. I don't know who is right and who is wrong. That is for you to settle. But I did feel that you all wanted to speak your mind. You may have felt very wired if someone tried to stop you, or if someone punished you for saying what you felt. Would you be able to do that in a country that is not democratic? Is that a good argument for democracy? So, when the students were having a debate or discussion, Madam Linda was listening to them with lot of passion. Okay, and everyone was giving his or her own suggestion, and they were expressing their thoughts. That's why the question arises here, if at all in the democratic, if the country is not democratic, are they allowed to express their views? So this is the big question. That's why she puts the question, would you be able to do that in a country that is not democratic? Okay. So this is the two questions we have. Is that a good argument for democracy as well? So now we will look at arguments against democracy and arguments for democracy. So we will try to understand the arguments against democracy and the arguments for democracy. So the first we will study about the arguments against democracy. This conversation has most of the arguments that we routinely hear against democracy. Let us go over some of these arguments. So, first argument is leaders keep changing in a democracy. This leads to instability. Okay, so it is said that in a democracy country, leaders always keep changing, and this leads to the instability. The second, democracy is all about political competition and power play. There is no scope for morality. The second argument we have here is democracy is all about political competition and power play. So it is shown that in a democracy there is lot of political competition and showing off the power. Okay, and there is no scope of morality at all. So this is against the against the democracy. The third, so many people have to be consulted in a democracy that it leads to delays. So as we know, in democracy, any decision should be discussed. No decision is passed without discussion. Because of this reason, it leads to the delays, or any decision is delayed. The fourth one, elected leaders do not know the best interest of the people. It leads to bad decisions. Okay, so in democracy, leaders are elected, and once they are elected, they do not know about the interest of the people, and because of that reason, that leads to the bad decisions. The fifth one, democracy leads to corruption, for it is based on electoral competitions. Ordinary people do not know what is good for them. They should not decide anything. Okay, so it is said that in democracy there is lot of corruption. Okay, because it is based on electoral competition. And also it is said that ordinary people do not know about what is good and what is bad for them. That is why they should not partake in the decision making. So these are the some of the things that is given for the against democracy. So it is said that clearly democracy is not a magical solution for all the problems. It has not ended poverty in our country and other parts of the world. Democracy as a form of government only ensures that people take their own decisions. This does not guarantee that their decisions will be good. People can make mistakes. Involving the people in these decisions does lead to delays in decision making. It is also true that democracy leads to frequent changes in leadership. Sometimes this can set back big decisions and affect the government efficiency. These arguments show that democracy of the kind we see may not be the ideal form of government, but that is not a question we face in real life. The real question we face is different. Is democracy better than other forms of government that are there for us to choose from? So this is the main question, okay? So in democracy, we do not find questions like, is a democracy an ideal form of government? This is not the real question we face in our real life. But the question we face in real life is democracy better than other forms of government that we see in our day to day life? So, this is the big question we have. So, we need to think over it. So, now we will look at the arguments for democracy. We have already seen about the arguments against democracy. So, now we will look at the arguments for democracy. So, the first one we have is, a democratic government is a better government because it is a more accountable form of government. Okay, so this is the arguments for democracy. A democratic government is a better government because it is a more accountable form of government. Why it is a kind of better form of government? Because democracy is better than any other form of government in responding to the needs of the people. A non democratic government may and can respond to the people's needs, but it all depends on the wishes of the people who rule. If the rulers don't want to, they don't have to act according to the wishes of the people. A democracy requires that the rulers have to attend to the needs of the people. Okay, this is the important point. Because of this reason it is said that a democratic government is better government, because it is more accountable form of government. Okay, this is very important. There is another reason why democracy should lead to better decisions than any non democratic government. Okay, democracy is based on consultation and discussion. A democratic decision always involves many persons, discussions, and meetings. When a number of people put their heads together, they are able to point out possible mistakes in any decision. This takes time, but there is a big advantage in taking time over important decisions. This reduces the chances of rash or irresponsible decisions. Thus, democracy improves the quality of decision making. Okay, so in democracy, the second important reason we have is, in democracy, many persons are involved, and discussions and meetings and suggestions are taken from everywhere, and the decision is made. Hence, it takes time, but it comes out with a real decision and very important decision as well, and it reduces the rash and the irresponsible decisions. This is related to the third argument. Democracy provides a method to deal with differences and conflicts. So let us look at what it really means. In any society, people are bound to have differences of opinions and interests. These differences are particularly sharp in a country like ours, which has an amazing social diversity. People belong to different regions, speak different languages, practice different religions, and have different castes. They look at the world very differently and have different preferences. The preferences of one group can clash with those of other groups. How do we resolve such a conflict? The conflict can be solved by brutal power. Whichever group is more powerful will dictate its terms, and others will have to accept that. But that would lead to resentment and unhappiness. Different groups may not be able to live together for long in such a way. Democracy provides the only peaceful solution to this problem. In democracy, no one is a permanent winner, no one is a permanent loser. Different groups can live with one another peacefully. In a diverse country like India, democracy keeps our country together. So, in the third argument, we see the differences and the conflicts. So, in a country like India, we have people of different cultures, different religions, different languages, etc. So, it is the democracy which keeps the people of India united and peaceful, because unless the democracy is there, we cannot have a kind of peaceful. because everyone has different viewpoint, different kind of thinking. So how can we be united? But it is only the democracy which keeps the people united and peaceful. Otherwise, without democracy, we cannot have peaceful within the country, because we will have lot of conflicts, lot of problems, lot of issues, lot of unhappiness, lot of resentment, and this will create so much problem in the society. But because of democracy, we all are united and we are in a peaceful manner. These three arguments were about the effects of democracy on the quality of government and social life. But the strongest argument for democracy is not about what democracy does to the government. It is about what democracy does to the citizens. Even if democracy does not bring about better decisions and accountable government, it is still better than other forms of government. Democracy enhances the dignity of citizens. This is very important, okay? So, democracy enhances the dignity of citizens. As we discussed above, democracy is based on the principle of political equality, on recognizing that the poorest and the least educated has the same status as the rich and the educated. People are not subjects of a ruler. They are the rulers themselves. Even when they make mistakes, they are responsible for their conduct. So we see in democracy, every citizen has his or her own dignity and status. Even if he is poor or rich, does not matter. Everyone is equal. So democracy deals with the principle of political equality. That means every citizens, whoever is dwelling in a particular nation or country, has an equal right, whether he is educated or not, whether he is poor or rich. It does not matter. He has the same status, same dignity as one should have in the country. That's why, finally, the democracy is better than other forms of government because it allows us to correct its own mistakes. So, this is the final decision. That means the democracy is better than other forms of government because it allows us to correct its own mistakes. As we saw above, there is no guarantee that mistakes cannot be made in democracy. No form of government can guarantee that. The advantage is a democracy is that such mistakes cannot be hidden for long. There is a space for public discussion on these mistakes, and there is a room for correction. Either the rulers have to change the decisions or the rulers can be changed. This cannot happen in a non democratic government. So we see here, if the decision is not proper, everyone can participate in decision making and they can correct the decision. And if at all any leader is dictating or not listening, then even the leaders can be changed in the democracy. They are not permanent rulers. So there is a room for correction always in a democratic nation, but it is impossible in the non democratic government. Let us sum it up. Democracy cannot get us everything and is not the solution to all the problems, but it is clearly better than any other alternative than that we know. It offers better chances of a good decision. It is likely to respect people's own wishes and allows different kinds of people to live together. Even when it fails to do some of these things, it allows a way of correcting its mistakes and offers more dignity to all citizens. That is why democracy is considered the best form of government. That means in our country, where, where we find democracy, everything is moderate. That's why the democracy is considered as one of the best form of government because eh, the mistakes are corrected, the leaders are changed. Overall, all the citizens participate in the decision making, in the formation of government, and so on. So, for today, we conclude here itself and try to read it again and again so that the concepts are very clear to you. And if you face any kind of difficulties in understanding any of the topics or any of the points, you can contact me in my personal WhatsApp number. So today, for today, we end here only. Thank you and have a nice day.